Hey, I'm Mindy Canis. This is The Daily Rage. In this morning's micros class, I was talking about a $1,000 trade that I did, so I wanted to show you how that worked. So just to set the stage for you, I had traded a little bit pre-market and then after the open and was kind of just waiting for things to, pick a direction. The Nasdaq was a little slow at the open this morning. And I was up at that time almost $300. So I'm like, maybe I should just stop here because that's a pretty decent profit for me. And of course, I did not stop. So the very next trade that I did, I ended up going $200 negative. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, seriously, I should have just called it good. But I was willing to give it one more chance, and here's what happened. So at 7:11, so if we take our crossbar here, this is 7:10. This is the 7:10 candle right here. And what I had attempted to do, I was trying to ride this thing up because as you can see here, down here, the parabolic SAR had flipped from this downward momentum to going up. So I was like, well, I'll just try this one. So I had gone long on this big green candle. That didn't work because as you can see, it just went right back down. And so I got out of that with a loss. I was then negative, and I was looking at the speed of this, the momentum on this red candle here, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for the short side. So this blue line right here is where I entered the short at 13,693.75. And because I knew that I was not going to be able to trade all day, I had a target set for $1,000, which is this blue line. So as you can see, and this whole trade was 5 minutes. I got in at 7:11 and got out at 7:16. So it came down on this red candle. I was positive, and then this was just bouncing around, and I literally had to take my hands off of the keyboard because I wanted to call it like when it was, 500, 600, 700. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on. So I did get out here with my target. So that was $1,000 profit. And what I want to point out is that is not a big move on the Nasdaq. As you can see, if I would have stayed in it or kept trading, holy cow, that would have been like a $7,000 move from my initial entry. Now, that's not to say I would have stayed in during all these little spike ups, but that's a big move to the downside. And where do you think I learned how to do this on the biggie Nasdaq? I learned it from trading the micro Nasdaq. As I have said 1,000 times over, if you can do it in the micro, you can do it in the biggie. So I took that, made it happen today, $1,000 profit on that one. Like I said, that previous trade had put me in the negative, so you can see my total P&L here was 781.75 for the day. So overall, really profitable week. It certainly helps when the market is selling off. I hope you also had a profitable week. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see some of you tomorrow in class. I'm Mindy Canis. Thanks so much for watching.